Welcome to another episode of NFT Art Galaxy. Again, as I experience things, you will experience them as well. Last Saturday on Hamburger Pimps Spaces, people, you got to join the spaces. D40 was just dropping a lot of knowledge, and I really wanted to bring him on here just to talk a little bit more about that. So welcome, D40. Hey, how's it going tonight, buddy?
Hey, Rich. It's going good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, my name is D40. First name's Dylan. Just a little mini docs for everybody. It's going good. Yeah, I'm a big algo bull, big yieldly bull. I've been in the space for about 3 years. Had tons of ups, tons of downs, and I just love what I've found here with Algorand, and the community is amazing. Everybody's really passionate and knowledgeable. I feel like because we're all so early to this, we've done our research, we've kind of stumbled upon a lot of the stuff that is really bullish for the future. So I'm happy to talk about that.
Yeah, man, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I think a gentleman from the Ethereum platform came into the spaces the other day, and guys kind of asking, what's going on over here at Algo. And I thought it'd be great if we could learn, why should an artist choose the Algorand blockchain, the community, the platform to, build their NFT projects, right? You hear everything about Ethereum and, all these big sales with Bored Apes and, Beeple and, all this other stuff. So, I mean, if everybody's on Ethereum, why come to Algorand?
Yeah, I mean, when an artist decides to make a piece of art, they're basically donating their time. My philosophy is you'd want to wrap that time up on a platform that is future-proof, so that donation of your time is captured in the place that is going to bring it the most value long-term. Naturally, people want to gravitate towards platforms where money is being transacted right now. So if you're going to make pieces, you're obviously hoping to sell them. I don't think anyone's trying to, put a ton of time into this artwork, all these variations, all these mints, to not sell them. So naturally, the human instinct is, okay, I want to go to Ethereum. I'm seeing it on the news now. I'm hearing about it on Pepsi commercials, etc. But there's so many barriers to that ecosystem that you've got all these secondary chains running off of Ethereum trying to compete for that space. So you've got layer 2 solutions that are kind of creeping up. So not only do you have to worry about Ethereum and forks and costs, you now are talking about putting your artwork on some sort of side chain that may or may not exist in 6 months, let alone 10 years. I gravitate towards Algorand because it's a layer 1 solution that has the speed of the layer 2 solutions on Ethereum.
Right. So layer 1, layer 2. So layer 2 is a solution on top of a solution. So it
exactly.
kind of slows
it's basically
it down,
like an application running on top of the actual like settlement layer. So Ethereum would be considered like a layer 1 solution. It's a settlement layer. People do try to run transactions on that, which is why you end up getting these massive gas fee spikes, because the demand for that proof of work is just incredible at certain times, right? Usually when big artists are minting. So just to make a boring old transaction during those times is astronomically expensive.
So tell me about Silvio Macaulay. So he has solved the trilemma, right? I'm not going to do that any justice, but tell us a little bit more what kind of like the trilemma is, or kind of like what the pinnacle is of like a perfect blockchain, if there is such.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, Silvio is a Turing Award winner for his work on the zero knowledge proof, and he was incorporated early on in some of the information on Bitcoin. He worked with Ethereum early on, and he decided that what they were working on was just not going to be as scalable and remain decentralized. So he wanted to just start from square one, build his own blockchain, which is what Algorand became. And he's solving that trilemma. He's allowing it to be secure and decentralized and scalable. So if you sacrifice any one of those things for another, you're not really going to have a solution that enterprise level companies could even consider using. And that's what we're seeing in the space. With Algorand, you've now got companies really trying to leverage this protocol to, ensure art or bring derivatives exchanges to the masses using blockchain. Whereas before, nothing was really feasible for one of those three reasons. Either it was too expensive because it couldn't scale, it was too centralized so it could shut down, and then you'd be, completely offline. So Algorand is really the first solution made by a human, one of who is literally a cryptographer, that solves that trilemma and really produces a product that almost feels like a centralized solution that an enterprise level company would make.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So it's kind of interesting. So to me, I've been meeting a lot of different artists in the space, and a lot of them actually started off on Ethereum. So I think a lot of them think that it's like pie in the sky, like you're going to go to Ethereum and then people are going to buy your artwork and it's going to be selling for $1 million or $2 million or $50 million or $500 million at Christie's, right, on these auctions. And then
Exactly.
and then they find out that it's kind of like a big sea out there. They're in the ocean, and they're kind of like these little minnows trying to kind of get out there. And there is a community there, but I think there's a very strong community here. But my point is, in speaking to these artists, because I'm able to speak to them as everybody is, and we're kind of amongst these great artists. I just think that's amazing that just think about, back, a few hundred years ago or 100 years ago, you can actually talk to Van Gogh while he's painting Starry Night, right? That's kind of what we're seeing. And an artist that comes to mind to me is a gentleman named D4, and he had pieces on Ethereum, and he still does have pieces on Ethereum, but he's having a lot of success here, being able to create his whole project, what he wants to create, right? And the funny thing he said the other day is that he has pieces on Ethereum and he wanted to take them off, meaning like burn them. So if you mint a piece, and I was minting pieces today just kind of for practice, if you burn them, what happens is that they disappear, and then you could reapply them to another platform. So when I was minting, and then I burned some of mine because some of them came out sideways because I have no idea what I'm doing, it didn't really cost me anything to mint them or burn them. But what D4 said is that the few pieces he has left there, maybe 5 or 6 pieces, it will cost him a few $1,000s to actually just burn them. So he's like, screw it, I'm leaving them there. So could you talk to that kind of the ease of use, the community, the platform, what an artist would be putting themselves into if they did decide to say, hey, I like what they're talking about, and I want to dive into the Algorand platform and start to mint some of my NFTs in my project?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely an enormous issue with using Ethereum as a transactional layer. It's really not built for this type of volume. So you've got these artists that take their pieces and spend the fees to get them there, to mint them, and then if they want to move them down, depending on congestion, they could be in a situation where it's just completely unfeasible. So they're just gonna kind of stay there. They're just gonna stagnate. Who knows? Maybe they'll sell. Hopefully, for his sake, they'll sell, and he'll break even. But yeah, so with Algorand, because it's not on proof of work and it's using pure proof of stake, the cost to run these transactions using these zero knowledge proofs kind of in the background, it's a fraction of a penny. So there's no barrier there for someone who's creative to want to try things. Like on Ethereum, you actually have said you almost need to come up with a business plan and get a team together, a couple of which are investors, just so you can maybe take a couple of risks and see if something will even work. Their platform's called Opeansea, which is kind of ironic, but you were literally throwing it out there, hoping for the best, but there's just too many barriers there. Whereas with Algorand, it's a fraction of an algo. It's 0.001 algo, which right now is, like a fraction of a cent.
Yeah.
So if an artist wants to, take risks or just try it out, there's basically no risk. You can literally just throw stuff on the marketplace and see if there's an audience or buyers for that piece with no risk to you.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it seems like people, might be drowning on Opeansea, and like, they might get a bad idea of NFTs after kind of going through that. And you don't want
For
artists to
sure.
get discouraged either, because they're artists. They're not like marketers and things like that. So, it's very, very interesting. So I'm not sure of the statistics of like how many projects are on Ethereum, but I've been doing this for a little while, which is about 4 weeks, which is about like 4 years in the space. And we grew from maybe like 150 projects, which is 150 artists or so. Andrew Windmills puts out some weekly details. We now have 278 projects that are recognized on the NFTX platform, right? The NFT Explorer platform, with over almost 5 million in total sales of art on the algo platform. And over
Incredible.
180 of them have 1K algo in sales. And just for people's sake, is that people mint stuff at 1 Algorand, 5 Algorand, 10 Algorand. Algoanas might be going for 6,000 Algorand, or Flemish Giants might be, I think they're around like 3,000, 3,500, for the floor right now. But 53 projects have more than 10,000 Algorand in sales. And it's just, I mean, it's growing. Like next week, it's going to be, 350 projects. So I guess the point of it is that we're, like you said in the beginning, we're in the early stages of this. And I think a lot of artists are talking to other artists, and they're kind of seeing this, and they're migrating over to this platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I encourage any artist that I run into in Twitter spaces, and they're typically on other platforms, to follow the tech. Don't follow the money. You want to invest your time, your art, on a platform that is going to be around in 10 years. I know it's crazy to think about 10 years. A week is like a year in crypto, but like you want to look at the technology, look at where it's going, look at who's choosing it over others and what they're building. And you want to invest your time wisely, and your art is your time. It is a token of your time. You'll never get it back. So you want to use that wisely and mint it on a platform that is going to have almost no barrier to entry, so that more people on earth can look at these NFTs, buy these NFTs.
Man, we're talking for a while. I mean, I could talk forever, but I just want to like thank you so much for your time. And if you have one or more two parting thoughts, we'll kind of end it here, and hopefully have you back, and we'll do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you having me. Just a shout out. So I'm the MC, community manager, master of ceremony for the Algo Hands project.
Yeah, baby.
Right now we're on our first generation of hands. So we're really trying to just keep the mint floor really low, 25. We want everyone in the community to get some hands, throw up some hands for Algorand. And you can get a custom banner if you just jump in our Discord, and you can order that. It has to match the asset you own, but it's still kind of fun. You can get a name tag. We are working on other projects. We're really trying to turn the heat up. We love this community, and we just want to grow it in like a really organic, fun way, a little bit edgy, really good art, really good community, really good vibes.
Yeah, man, we love the hand. I mean, the hands are great. I mean, it's kind of like, symbols of a crew, right? You kind of has got the Algorand symbol going, really good.
Absolutely.
I got a couple of those pieces in my collection, and really enjoyed. And you guys are definitely a big part of the community.
Oh yeah, man. It's all about the vibes here with Algo. We want to break down the barriers. We want to share the love, share the knowledge, and just keep it growing in a way that is inclusive to anyone who wants to listen. I'm here. I'm here to chat. I'm here to share any knowledge that I come across that's a passion of mine. So anyone feel free to reach out.
Excellent, man. So we'll leave it there. I'm going to put D40's information in the video in the notes as well. So, but really appreciate your time. Know you're a busy man, and the community is going to appreciate this conversation for sure. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.